I need people to maintain decorum.
We're live. We're live.
Good morning, baby. How you doing? All that lipstick on. You can't kiss me with that. Now I'm decorated. I got a whole face full of lipstick now.
Yes, a whole face full of it.
We do have a topic today that we can't wait to discuss with you. My name is Brian K. McNeill, and this is
Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And today's show is called Let's Talk. The show is called Let's Talk About It. Today's topic is how to use your sexual energy.
How to use your sexual energy. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's make love tonight. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, because you do it right.
Are you talking about the same thing I'm talking about?
We're going to talk about it all back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Like. Is it a finished brewing?
Yeah, I think it is. You want to go get it?
I certainly will.
All right, cool.
We are here this morning.
All right, so let's get into it. You know, you and your sexual energy. Now, the title itself is compelling, but I suspect what we actually going to talk about today has less to do with sex than what some might think just from the title.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe has less to do with sex. But it's you and your sexual energy. Now, we have all kinds of energies. You know, we have... we just have all kinds of energies. And there's a billion-dollar industry called energy drinks to help people when their energy is low. There's all kinds of prescriptions for energy when your energy is low, like drink more coffee or put some caffeine in your coffee or put some BC powders in your Coke, or all that kind of stuff for energy. And a lot of times these things boost your sexual energy. But we're going to go from a concept from the classic book Think and Grow Rich, and it's called Sexual Transmutation. I believe it's chapter 11. That's where I was originally thinking. And
good morning, Shirley.
And they're talking about why is it that most men don't earn their significant money till after age 55? Why is it now? The book said men. Now let's just say general. Why is it most people don't earn significant money until after age 55?
Well, first of all, the book said men because men have a decline in their physiological sexual energy after 50. And it doesn't say women because women have an increase in their physiological sexual energy at around 40.
It's an interesting point, but I think it had more to do with the sign of the times.
Whatever.
Because the book was originally written in 1937.
At that time,
was
women
published in 1939.
When women had no other reason to be except for sexual reasons. Good morning, Latrice.
Well, that's not true either.
That's what they were. That's what many of you tried to relegate them to.
Yeah, but they also had other reasons to be other than just sex. They had to cook too, and they had to clean the house too, and they had to raise the kids.
Should I let him stay
today? I'm playing. Good morning, Latrice. How you doing, my sister?
Good morning.
Talking about how to use your sexual energy as the premise. But when the book was written, they weren't thinking of women titans. They were thinking about men titans of business. They interviewed 500 of richest people, 500 of the most successful people in the world.
Who were all men.
And they interviewed only men.
Well, that was the only ones who counted at the time.
So that's what I think it was closer to, other than the decline in sexual energy and decline in sexual energy.
Because it didn't that understanding was not yet prevalent. It didn't matter.
I get that. They didn't have the understanding that women can be titans of industry as well. Okay. He didn't have that understanding.
He didn't have that understanding
at the time.
I get you.
Okay, but we're off point. So
no, you don't get to choose where the point going. We're off point. Like you driving this train, you got all the points.
Want to be starting something. Got to be starting something.
Thank you, Latrice. Exactly.
Lisa want to be starting something.
It's not anymore coming from a man's perspective, but that book particularly was coming from a man's perspective.
I'm gonna
he
try
could frame
again.
it out for whatever reason because it was the time, because it was when it was written, blah, 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 blah.
Latrice loves you.
I love you too, Latrice.
Now, let me make my point that I was trying to 5 minutes ago. What he said was he felt like it took men more than 55 years on this earth to learn this secret. And the secret was, if you use the same energy that you use chasing the sex, he called it the sex emotion, and applied that sex emotion into your business, then your business would prosper.
God had to help y'all out with that.
Yeah. And
you're trying to get away with it.
And
the energy, the sexual energy decreased so that you could actually find any interest in anything else.
Or focus,
interest, dress it up however you want, put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig.
Okay. So go ahead and make your point then.
No, because
obviously you think Napoleon Hill was incorrect. Obviously you think he was incorrect.
I love Napoleon
Hill. So go ahead and make your point.
I love Napoleon Hill, and I love thinking.
You wouldn't think you'd have this kind of energy this morning.
Why?
Because you got enough affection over the last couple of days. You would think you'd be cooler.
See, but understand there's a difference between male and female sexual energy and the way that it transmutes.
Yes, baby. That's what I'm trying to get to.
I
didn't want to get major and minor points here.
Oh, well.
You don't get to direct the show.
That's exactly right.
I do too get to direct the show.
I am the producer.
I'm the Jaguar husband in this house. Okay. I do too get to direct the show.
Your heart.
Oh God, I'm trying not to have to usurp anything and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want to pull rank on you.
The rank that women allow their husbands to have.
Whatever, you gotta say it. Put lipstick on it if you want to.
Oh, now you're gonna even bite my saying?
How easy is that? Okay. I don't want to get into that place, baby. I'm trying to go somewhere else. I'm trying to go somewhere else. Okay? I'm trying to get some understanding, and I wanted to get some commentary.
Hey, Judah, go.
Let me try this again.
By your leave.
His thought was that energy that we normally put in chasing the sex emotion, when we apply it to business, we can be more effective in business. Now, I had a wonderful conversation with a mentor of mine, a new mentor of mine this week, and he was talking deeper about that. His understanding was deeper. He wasn't just talking about sex energy. He was talking about any energy, but he used sex primarily because that was one of the most strongest energies we have.
Again, we is the male.
Right. One of their strongest energies, one of their strongest impulse was chasing the sex emotion. Okay. But when you channel that same energy into work, that was my understanding. Okay. When you channel that into work.
Absolutely. And that's why I said channeling, you're absolutely right. I'm agreeing with you. And I'm also agreeing with you that typically happens after 55.
That's right.
Because it is very, 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 very difficult to harness that energy while you're still at your high T, where you still have high
when
testosterone.
You're 25 or 27.
Absolutely.
They can't focus.
They can't focus.
Much less a 19-year-old or 18-year-old, they can't focus as much. But even every time we say something like that, there'll be an example proving us wrong. There will be a successful.
There are exceptions to every rule.
Right.
But still.
All right. So I want to make this point. Regina, I want to get this point out at some point.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let
the conversation that I had earlier, we were talking about any energy, and it even went so deep, Sister Judy, about learning how to use negative energies as fuel and to give you more energy. Learning how to channel any energy that's not positive. Mm-hmm. Now, it could be the sexual energy transmitted in the business, but a negative energy. And he gave the example of Deion Sanders, how Deion Sanders has taken all these blows from other people, talking junk about them, and he's applying it to his team as fuel. They say we can't do this, we'll go and show them. And it's energizing them. You know, they learn how to use the negative stuff, negative fuel, as positive energy. Yeah. And my point today,
good morning, Stephanie,
is learning how to use our energies towards positivity.
Bless your heart.
It took us 9 minutes to get there.
It took you 9 minutes to get there, and I still don't see if we're there right now. I still don't see us there.
Well, good morning, Shirley, Dijonette Wyatt. Good morning,
Shirley.
Judy Floyd. Good morning, Miss Stephanie Morris. Good morning, Sister Latrice Williams McKnight.
Hey, man, good
that
morning. That
means the whole thing. It's not Latrice McKnight. It's not Latrice Williams. It's Latrice Williams McKnight.
All of that.
That's right.
Amen. Amen.
That's right.
Stephanie says, love that color on you, Lisa Santiago McNeill.
Let's talk about that, Stephanie Morris. You won't believe what Lisa was trying to sit in front of this camera wearing today. She had a straight gym clothes shirt. I came in the room, I saw what she had on. She had on like a muscle shirt. It had a cool saying on it, but it didn't look like Showtime stuff. It looked like gym clothes. I'm like, babe, you gonna wear that for the show? She goes, did you see what it says? Okay, I read what it says. Okay, that's a cute saying. You can say the saying, you can hold up the shirt, but that's not appropriate for our audience.
It's Friday.
Then she said, it's Friday. I said, we don't do no casual Friday around this month.
It's shout out Friday.
But because I said that to you, Stephanie Morris says, Lisa, I love that color on you. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. And thank you.
You want me to thank you?
Don't you think it's appropriate?
Thank you, Brian.
You look beautiful today. Your lipstick is pretty.
Your lipstick
Actually,
is pretty.
I didn't even put on any lipstick today. You know, this is just my natural. This is what God gave me. Thank you.
Want some chapstick?
No, thank you. I'm drinking my coffee, which is good.
Amen. Amen. So sexual energy is one kind of energy. I personally think that sometimes I actually wrote down a couple of things this morning. I sent them to you.
You go again. Whoop, whoop.
Well, when I have time to actually be prepared for the show, I had a whole 8 minutes this morning.
What are you trying to say, Lisa? We don't have time to prepare for the show?
No.
You know, it's been said, anyone who uses the time excuse, they are indicating that they're poor managers of themselves. If you ever say you don't have time, you don't know how to manage yourself.
Thank you, Latrice, for being the adult in the room and bringing us
Go ahead.
To the forefront of the topic. She says, so whatever the age or sex, your energetic feelings, whether sexual and or any physical energy, if you focus it on your business or work, it will help.
That's the premise. Thank you, Sister Latrice. As Stephanie Morris says, LOL, thank you, Brian, for encouraging her to dress up. Thank you, Brian, for encouraging her to dress up. It's a sign of mutual respect. Okay, you ain't got to put on an evening gown, but business casual at least.
Well, actually, I was trying to get myself psyched up because I'm not a very casual person. For those of you who know
She's
me,
typically not.
I'm typically not a very casual person. But next week on Saturday, I have to wear casual, dress casually
on the beach
because in the morning there's going to be a morning yoga exercise on the beach, and they're going to be taking pictures. So I'm like, I was trying to get my mind like, would this be something that I could comfortably wear on the beach casually and still look pulled together? Well, obviously not so much, because my husband was like, what the hell? What the hell is that?
that whole thing. What's that? There's a talk show that's been on forever. Whoopi Goldberg.
The View.
This is The View. Whoopi Goldberg. What's the other lady, the white lady that's been around there for a long time?
The View.
No, but what's her name?
I can't think of her name right now, but we know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Okay, let me make my daggone point again, y'all. You wouldn't think her energy would be like this. I wouldn't think so. But anyway, her energy is this way right now. So they did this one show. They had this great idea where all of them would come out there for the show without their hair done or makeup done. They did the show where they wore no makeup.
Joy. Thank you, Latrice.
Joy Behar. That's who I was thinking of. Joy Behar. Thank you, Latrice. Joy Behar. And she used to be a funny stand-up comedian,
She still is funny.
Okay.
She's only
Why
80.
are you yapping at me?
Come on.
They did a show where they wore no makeup and didn't do their hair. So you got a chance to see their gray hairs. You got a chance to see their ashy skin and all that stuff.
Thank you, Stephanie, for calling them out.
It was a terrible idea. They looked ridiculous. They
Well,
looked
I
terrible.
am going to have on makeup because I don't even leave my bedroom without makeup on if I
They
can help
looked
it.
horrible. Those old ladies on that show. Even Whoopi looked horrible. It was a bad idea.
I didn't see that show.
They
I didn't watch that show.
They thought it would be a good idea one day to be free and refreshing without adornment and makeup and hair. And it was a terrible idea.
Actually made you promise that when I get too old to do my makeup, that you would have someone come in and do my makeup.
I will do that.
Because I don't even like to be without a small amount of makeup on.
And that makes sense to me that you would feel that way because I've seen you or have heard tale of you doing elderly people's hair and helping elderly people with their hands and their makeup. So I know such a thing is in you.
Yeah, but just make sure that you have somebody come in regularly.
Got you, baby.
Oh, you need to learn how to do it.
Do what?
At least my eyebrows.
Nah, sorry. And plus, if you're so old that you can't do your own eyebrows,
oh my goodness, that means you're gonna be at least.
I'm gonna be older than you. Okay, so you want this?
No, I don't.
On your eyebrows?
No, I don't.
Oh God, I got that one time. I was out of town. I felt like I needed a haircut. I went and it was like a Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning.
Oh my goodness.
And I went into the barbershop. There was no one in the barbershop but this one old black man. Okay. And he walked slow. I figured he's gonna be very experienced. And I sat down to get a haircut. And as soon as he turned on his clippers, his hand starts doing like this here.
Did you go ahead and get the haircut?
I got the haircut. I was terrified. And he was terrible too. Because he was and then he started talking. And he didn't want to walk all the way around me, so he would just grab my head and yank me over and stuff like this instead of walking around. It was terrible. And then he started telling the story about when he got robbed. They broke into my house. And I was like, oh God, help me. It was terrible.
Shirley said, I never wear makeup, just lipstick. Well, God bless you, Shirley. I got to have my face done. Latrice said, I feel you, sis. Gotta have that face. I am a lashes queen. I ain't going nowhere without my lashes. Honey, let me tell you, I was not a lashes person for a long time because I had pretty full lashes. At least mascara would make it so. And then I hit 50 and I felt like a bald mouse. And I have found natural enough looking lashes, but I do put them on every day.
And there's a reason why you do that, right? Don't you feel better, more confident, going out and about? So this is an energy. And that's our point. How to use your sexual energy, which is one of the most powerful energies at our disposal.
Yes, Judy.
Not
a bald mouse.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what you said. I had to stop and pause. And what are you talking about?
But understand that as you age, you don't have as much vibrancy in your complexion. And unfortunately, sometimes that can almost transfer how people perceive your ability and your energy. I found that I have to put on more color because I look sickly, even though I'm not sick. I'm not sick. Praise God, I'm not sick. But the same thing with your sexual energy, your strength, your prowess. Moving those things into the column of business or work will actually give you, some creativity.
More creativity.
Absolutely. Creativity is definitely increased with sexuality, whether it's physical or psychological. That sexuality causes and creates energy. That the confidence and charisma that comes about as a part of sexuality, the perception of sexuality. I think almost the perception of sexuality creates the energy of charisma. I think even to this day,
the perception
we
that
hear
it's a potential of sex, or he's having a little bit of sexual innuendo in his voice, or whatever, or her voice. Mae West, it's not about the men. The way she said it,
she's not a good example.
Well, whatever, but the sexual energy can be even in the voice, even no matter what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the charisma. This is something I wanted to discuss with you guys, and I hope at least don't jump down my throat. But it's two. Okay, but there's a thought of the sexual energy that comes to us when we desire it. It should never be muted. When you feel like it, you should do it, but you don't always have to use it for physical expression.
You don't have to use it sexually.
Right.
Yeah.
The sexual energy that comes on you, you shouldn't mute that. You should use that.
Transmute it.
Transmute it. And this chapter is called Sexual Transmutation.
Yes, because that makes sense. That makes more sense. Unfortunately, a lot of times the translation is still missed on many men, and we end up having to do both. So,
what do you mean, many men? What about women? You don't think women can misuse this thought? They do it all the time.
We don't need to. we don't need to, honey. Sure.
We don't need to. So you can speak for all women?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
We can have sex.
And?
Anytime we want.
We can have sex anytime we want.
Yeah, no.
Yes, I could.
No, you can't.
Sure, I can.
Let's not.
It's true that a man can have sex anytime he wants. Anytime he wants. So can a woman. And it doesn't have to include a partner. Okay, he could do it anytime.
Well, yes.
I can do it anytime I want.
Yes,
okay.
So sure, you can have solo sex. You can have sex with yourself.
I gotta fight for every inch of ground this morning, y'all. Y'all see this? She ain't conceding no ground at all without a war. I gotta scratch and fight for every corner of a point.
Oh my goodness.
920. The trees you see are right.
No, sometimes
Shirley?
So sometimes the transmutation for sexual energy is actually it could be anger.
Okay, let's talk about that first. Okay. There are some things. Lisa and I had a wonderful conversation this morning, how we can even use things like anger, the energy of anger, into something very positive.
Very positive.
Have you ever heard of people who clean the house better when they're angry? Or they even get projects completed with more thoroughly, which is an example that she lifted up.
For me, also getting projects completed when I have lost something or broken something.
Lost something or broke,
a
frustration because you lost something, anger because you broke something, and you channel that into being more productive for the rest of your work day, maybe
for the rest of that moment. That's why I personally believe that these are little assistances that God gives me.
Does anybody else here think they can use the emotion of anger into something positive? And anyone else have any examples of it? We just lifted up too, like some people clean the house better when they mad. Or angry. Mad is not the right word. Angry. They clean the house better, or they move faster. Because it has more than one definition, baby. I gotta explain every little thing. Okay, mad could be crazy or off or emotionally unstable. Have you gone mad?
I had before.
Okay, yes, but I wasn't talking about that this morning. I was talking about angry, not have the potential of you going mad.
Okay, then was there anything wrong with having that dialogue?
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What? I'm not going there with you.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Some of you guys gonna get that reference. The first person who gets the reference gets a prize. When I say, what does Marcellus Wallace look like? Where is that coming from?
That's right, Latrice. She said, Brian, I can't help you this morning. The queen is on fire today.
And why is the queen on fire today?
That's the difference. That's the difference in sexual energy.
Okay, so you've been getting some. Is what's going on.
Listen.
Wait. Lisa's been getting some. So you would think she'd be more mellow.
That's what you think. That's what happens to men.
Okay. So now I'm seeing your point. So I would think you'd be more mellow because that's what would happen to me. But you're getting all fiery because your energy is different.
That's right. Latrice said, yes, I'll clean the whole 500 square foot house, man, for real. And don't let it be in the middle of the night because it ain't going to be quiet. Slam, smack, smooth. Closing doors and closing toilets.
Slamming cabinets.
Absolutely.
Clean the whole 5,000 square foot house.
Spick and span.
But you know what? She would clean that house. Let's say, let's go to that scene. She was angry about something, and she cleaned that house spotless, probably. Big old house, 5,000 square feet, cleaned it spotless. If someone else walked into that room or that house, they would think, man, somebody really, really cares here.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't think the house cares. They would think the house is super clean.
They would know better. At least if they can. Let me tell you, when I walk in the house this is a 7-year-old walking in the house after school and the house is spick and span, go in your room quietly and close the door because that meant my grandmother was mad as hell.
So that was your association.
And everybody was going to get it. Latrice said, come on, sis. Yes, that's right. Y'all be ready to lay down and go to sleep, honey.
That's because the way you felt like because you knew your grandmother.
No, I'm not talking about that anymore, but bless your heart.
Let me say this. You reminded me of a story. When I was 16 or 17, I was a senior in high school at 16. And I had a really, really pretty girlfriend. And I would walk her home from school. And like one day I walked her home from school. She invited me in. And I was sitting on the couch. She has a younger brother and a younger sister. And her mom was a stay-at-home mom. Okay. So they're all at the house. So we go in the house. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm enjoying her younger brother and sister, and her mom. We're having a conversation. And then Dad pulled into the driveway, and they heard him. And the whole house was like a whirlwind. Daddy's home! They were so afraid. They started cleaning up. Karen, get that. There's something on the floor. Mom's rushing around. They had to have that front room perfect before Dad walked in the door. And the way his house was set up, he had to pull all the way in the driveway, and they had a wrap-around porch. So he came in the porch from the driveway side, walked all around. They was all scared of Dad coming home, of anything being out of place when he walked into the house.
I get it. Let me tell you.
And I was sitting there like,
that's the way it works.
I couldn't wait to tell my sister Stacy.
That's the way it works.
And when he came, I had never met this guy before. I was thinking, this guy must be a bear. He comes in the door, tiny little man, tiny little man that they all were terrified of.
No, when you was growing up in my house, if you heard, if for whatever reason my grandmother was out of the house when you were already in the house, I don't care if you was in a dead sleep, I don't care what time of day it was, you got up and cleaned something.
You better be cleaning something.
You had a rag in your hand, a broom in your hand, you was cleaning something, even if it wasn't dirty. You was not just laying there lollygagging doing nothing.
Was she in the military?
No, but you might as well have been.
Because if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. That was a military expression. You lean on something, you got time to clean on something. That was part of my development. Your energy, the use of your energy, that's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
Well, how about this? Since we said some of these things, can you manufacture energy?
Can you manufacture
energy to get stuff done?
Well, again, that comes from transmuting.
Right, but can you manufacture energy and transmute it and get something done?
Okay, so you're saying,
in your opinion, I want to know.
We do it every day.
Talk about it.
We do it. You manufacturing your bootleg fake energy with that coffee business.
Why does my coffee have to be bootleg and fake?
Because caffeine is a fake.
It's just a part of it. Is it possible? And this is going to be a stretch for you. Is it possible that I drink coffee every day because I happen to like coffee?
That's what you got to tell
I know that's a radical thought. I'm the one person on earth who likes the most popular drink on earth. The most popular drink on the planet.
The most
is
addictive
coffee.
Drink.
It's not addictive.
Have you seen some people who haven't had their first cup of coffee in the morning? Don't talk to me till I have my first cup of coffee in the morning.
That's an excuse not to be messed with.
I don't ever drink coffee.
I like coffee.
The amount of stuff that I have to put in coffee to make it palatable. Right.
That's not coffee.
And the only coffee that I like is gas station coffee. And it usually is like, that's my traveling mindset.
Machine, the cappuccino machine, or
pulling
whatever
them all
it is.
Together. I have a formula and I love it.
Well, that's not coffee.
Yeah, I get it.
Sister Shirley, that was one of Lisa's first indicators that she was feeling me. Okay. The first day that we did a workshop together, I did a workshop and she was there and support and managed the workshop. She'd seen me pour myself a cup of coffee before we started. Now, here's to me how you make a perfect cup of coffee. You go there, you put your cup out, and you pour the coffee into the cup, and then sit down the coffee pot, pick up your cup, and walk away. That's how you make a perfect cup of coffee. I don't want nothing in it, none of that stuff. That's how I like it. Black, no sugar, no cream. No one got the earlier reference, but who could get this reference?
Black coffee,
no sugar, no cream. Don't say no more. Who knows where that's coming? What's next lines? black coffee, no sugar, no cream. What's the next line? So anyway,
coffee is addictive. Shirley says coffee is addictive. It is.
With exclamation points. So anyway, Lisa saw that. And then later on, when I was ready for a cup of coffee, she said, I'll go get it for you. And I must have been distracted because normally I would panic when someone said they're going to get coffee for me. Oh, God, what are they going to do with it? Okay, but she went and got coffee. She brought back a perfect black cup of coffee. I'm like, oh, she's paying attention to your boy.
Bless your heart.
We didn't get to your list.
No, that's okay. We've still been tipping on it.
We can get to it.
No. Oh, well, of course, the mind-body connection. Sexual energy is deeply rooted in the body. By nurturing a healthy relationship with your body and prioritizing self-care, you can enhance your overall well-being and vitality. Of course, we're talking about self-care. We're talking about the way that you handle your makeup, your clothes, your whatever, your body, and your self-time. Happy time is good. You need to have some self-time because sometimes self-time is the only way that you're going to get where you're trying to go.
Sure said, I think something I said was funny. When I was like in the 10th or 11th grade, was in New York City, I ran across a book in the library bookstore or something, called The Sensuous Woman. The Sensuous Woman. And the author's name was just J, the letter J. That was the author by J, The Sensuous Woman by J. And I read that book like 3 times, okay? The Sensuous Woman. That's probably why I was such an accomplished lover. But anyway, one of the things in the book, baby, and this might make sense to you based on what you just said, she was talking about women who learn how to please themselves are better lovers. Learn how to be sensuous with yourself. She said the women who learn how to please themselves by themselves become more sensuous lovers. And I thought, what a great idea. I want to find me a woman who knew how to please her own self, because she'll learn how to make the whole act better. And then if you go even further to Dr. Joyce Brothers. Dr. Joyce Brothers had a book called The Guide to Better Sex or something like that. I read that book too. Dr. Joyce Brothers, how many of y'all old enough to remember her? She had this premise. She thought the key to great sex, I can boil it down to one sentence. The book was probably this thick, but the premise of the whole book, the key to great sex was this one word, she thought, and she built the whole book around it: selfishness. She thought the key to having great sex was both parties ensuring that they are pleased, that both parties ensuring that they get what they need out of the act. If they both acted selfishly, they both would have a good time. I don't think she was correct, because if the man acts selfishly, the game's over.
Before it's even begun.
Right. Well, could be. Who do you think you pleasing? Me.
Unfortunately, Dr. Joyce Brothers, is she still alive? I
Probably
don't think
not.
So.
She was 100 then.
I was going to say. What about the other sex?
Dr. Ruth.
Yes, the little German.
Yeah, yes, Dr. Ruth, little tiny German lady who had that TV show, Dr. Ruth on sex.
Dr. Ruth.
I used to always bug out on the show. I didn't watch many episodes of it at all because ain't nobody. I used to be a little bit more crass than I am right now.
Don't do it.
Okay, don't be crass.
If you can possibly, Brother Mark is in the room. He's going to be the only one that could bring the adult out of Brother Mark.
Why is Brother Mark the only one? We got a lot of other people in this room.
Brother Mark don't play that.
He do too play that. You don't know him like I know him.
Yeah, he don't play that, and he ain't gonna play that with you in public.
He do too. He'll play it anyway.
Nope. Keep him straight.
Shirley Jeanette says, Brian K. McNeill, you are funny.
Yeah.
You think I'm funny. Wait till you hang out with Mark Greer. He's funny too.
Absolutely.
We're talking about how you use your sexual energy. You made me forget my point what I was about to say.
Oh.
But go ahead, do your thing.
So we talked about just about everything. We talked about creative energy. We talked about confidence and charisma. What about motivation and drive? We talked about motivation
and drive. Now, today's topic is called how to use your sexual energy. And we've talked about how to transmute that energy into other things. Mm-hmm. But motivation and drive, the desire for the sexual emotion can motivate you to do things beyond what you wanted to do.
Right.
I'm going to tell you an example. Okay. I was in the military and I had to complete a 3-mile run on a Friday or I couldn't leave for the weekend. and I wanted to leave for the weekend to go spend the weekend with my girlfriend. I had been a week away. I was in a drought.
You had a coochie and a carrot.
Yeah. And I remember this is 3 miles. Now, the physical fitness test is only 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you do 2 miles, you can pass the test. But this is a mile beyond that. Maybe I was in trouble for something.
Oh, Shirley says she died in
2013. Okay. Thank you, Sister Shirley. But anyway, I remember, honestly, I'm on this run. I'm tired. It's the end of the work week. My feet hurt. My legs hurt. My back hurt. But I'm looking at the ground, just putting one foot in front of the other, thinking, okay, I just finished this run. I can go for the weekend and I can get right again. And I remember just thinking the whole time, all I got to do is just finish this run. One foot in front of the other, and then I get that cat. Okay. Why must I feel like that?
Why must I
chase the cat?
Nothing but the log getting mad.
Right. But I know I would not have finished that run.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Without the motivation of what was to come when I left for the weekend. So it spurred me on to perform. Okay.
Amen. Sister Latrice says, yes, I believe that learning to channel your sexual energy and learning how to please yourself, it encourages women to use their energy constructively.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Rather than allowing it to distract or hinder their progress.
That's all I'm trying to say. Thank you, Sister Latrice. You gonna fight her too? You gonna fight her too?
I wasn't gonna fight anybody.
You've been fighting me. God.
Anyway.
Y'all seen her.
Shirley said, I always needed motivation to run.
Yeah.
Right. There has to be something on the other end of that stick. There has to be something on the end of the stick. Are you a Q, Brian?
No, ma'am. I'm not a Q. I always thought I went to college, but I always felt I was above frats. Okay. Wow. I felt like I didn't need a frat for me to be down.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. She says, good morning, my beautiful, awesome family. My phone has been acting even more weirdly since that hit on my phone Wednesday.
Technology is a trip. You know, something can happen. What?
I thought you were going to say Mercury was in retrograde.
I could. I like that joke, but actually, because there are people who are more woo-woo people, and I like woo-woo people, but they say things
You're
like,
married to woo-woo people.
I know. I said I like them. But they use this thing. Have you noticed a lot of your technology acting up? That means Mercury is in retrograde, or Mercury's about to go into retrograde, or Mercury's just coming out of retrograde. And it seemed to me like they use this line, Mercury is, or Mercury retrograde for everything at any given time of the year. So I just thought it was funny.
Oh, the tree said nothing but the dog in me is the Q's national anthem. Okay.
It used to be my national anthem. Okay. when I was a young man.
Good morning,
when I was a young man, that was my national anthem. I was singing with enthusiasm, turn it up in my Cadillac. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? And in the opening line, the dog that chases his tail will be dizzy. Get it? It's a double entendre. The dog that chases tail will be dizzy.
Thank you. Good morning, Melissa. Melissa says, good morning.
What's up, Melissa?
Our sexual energy. I feel like this would be a good Wednesday topic. That's right. Wednesday.
It would have been good.
Wednesday.
It would have been good this Wednesday and Thursday this week, Melissa. Wednesday. For those you see, Melissa Price is a veteran of the show, and we have this thing here called Wear Your Wife Wednesday. And we're not going to get into that now.
No, we're not. Thank you. Wednesday and Thursday were great days. Mark says,
I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer, and I hope this is a good Mark Greer voice day. I've been messing it up lately. I'm going to try to do it good. He says, sex can be a motivator for those focused solely on the sex. However, the experience of making love creates something magical. There's a difference between the two. That's for all the players who bring the romance in the room. Now, Brother Mark, you could have been deeper than that. That was kind of surface. That was kind of, you're not that surfacey, Mark. I thought you was going to bring something, man.
Go deeper than that.
You didn't.
You gotta be quicker than that. Dr. Beverly
You
says,
have a standard, Mark Greer. Come on, man.
So I've missed so much. Do we use our sexual energy unaware, or is it a natural reaction?
Yes and yes, okay? But it's better when you channel it, okay? We can use it unaware, okay? Or is it a natural reaction? Natural reaction is different too, okay? I don't even know if I want to go to that part.
We'll go.
Have you ever met someone and right away wanted to have sex with them? Or your whole body felt it, okay? Your whole body was like, oh, have you ever, how do I say it without getting too graphic?
Go ahead and say it now.
Is that something
and
you
were
can say?
older than 17?
No. I was older than 17, yes. Or
no, that's
see?
Not a real thing.
It is too.
It is not.
Okay. See, now Mark came back. I could, bro, but they ain't ready for it, dog.
Melissa says, well, I know Paul B likes to be with your wife day every day.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
That's why you my wife, baby. Oh my goodness gracious. Mark, that's funny though. Actually, I can take that so many ways.
There are spontaneous sexual energies.
Okay, spontaneous sexual energies is a much cleaner way than what I would have said. Thank you, baby. That's much cleaner.
Yes, because you're crass.
Sometimes, that's why I had to whisper what I was thinking.
But those are typically unevolved or immature responses.
Really, Dr. Beverly?
Heck to the no. I have never felt that way instantly, and most times for me, that's a real turnoff. We're not talking about immaturity. We're talking about, or at least he was talking about, at least I think he was talking about the 17-year-old immediate response.
I wasn't 17. It could happen in my 20s, close to 30.
Having an immediate sexual response to someone, just meeting them, not hearing them. I can't have a sexual response.
So you're equating it to maturity.
Right. Because I have had an immediate sexual response to someone after hearing them, like hearing them speak for a while, but not just seeing them, not just,
Samora is about our age, right? She's in her 50s, you would say, right?
Right.
She used to tell this joke about when she walk up and meet Denzel Washington, okay? Or how women would respond.
That's
when they
not
first
the same thing.
How women would respond when they first meet him.
Yeah, but they're not just first meeting him for the first time. They've already had an interaction with him through his movies, that's what fanfare is, right?
Okay.
So you're attracted to the fanfare. You're not attracted to the person.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Dr. Beverly, I don't know if I believe you. She says, heck to the no, I have never felt that way instantly. And most of the times for me, that's a real turnoff.
Because I think women are sapiosexual more often than not. Men are visually sexual.
Okay, Sister Melissa Price says,
I think an immediate physical sexual reaction is pretty common.
See?
I mean, every time I see Dave
Bautista
on screen, I get a little hot and bothered. Well, a lot hot and bothered. Again, I think that's fanfare. I don't think that's the same as just seeing somebody that you've never met before, never heard about, never had any interaction with.
Right.
I think that's a more immature masculine response. I know that's probably
you
sounds.
Think Melissa's immature?
No, I don't think at all. That's why I think hers is more sexual energy towards the fanfare, towards the experience, towards the knowledge of that individual.
See why you say that.
Versus just any random, handsome, sexy guy walking up to you.
That can happen then too.
No,
random sexy guy.
No,
walk up. Sister Gail Robinson from the church. Good morning, Gail. How you doing? From the church. Okay. I think it can happen with any random handsome guy for some women too.
Not over 17. Not once you're over 17.
I can picture a beauty salon on a Saturday full of everybody getting heads in their chairs and people waiting.
Again,
and a really handsome guy walk in the room to greet his girlfriend that happened to own the place.
You've been watching too much Beauty Shop.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy, good-looking guy, walk in, do what he got to do, and walk out. Don't say nothing to nobody other than the lady, and flip out the whole room. The whole room's flipped out because he's so handsome. They didn't know him before. Yeah. The whole room was flipped upside down. Woo, girl, did you see him? And woo, girl.
Not in real life.
That's not real life. That is too real life.
Not over 17. Like
it is too real life. Happens to me all the time. Where I draw the line is when they start trying to tear at my clothes. I think they're crossing the line then.
Bless your whole entire heart.
See, they're always tearing what I'm wearing. I think they're going too far.
Bless your heart.
Mark Greer, what does Marcellus Wallace look like? Nobody here knows the reference, bro. They don't know the reference. I had to help Lisa with it this morning.
Dr. Beverly says, not common to me. My life has always been geared to having a need for safety. I also know for a fact that trust has a great deal to do with it. Lisa, even before 17, I've always needed a place of security.
And I can feel you on that.
Definitely understand.
I can feel you on that. Yes, I can feel you on that. It's now 9:45. We're a little bit late because this show ends at 9:52. Okay. Yes, and Lisa has that thing sometimes, but don't worry about that. It's not. The show ends at 9:52. One of the things we do on the show is we thank our consistent contributors with a greeting song and a greeting logo. For example, our sister Shirley DeJarnette was first up in the room today. She's got a song, and it goes, Shirley DeJarnette, why it will rock you, rock you. Shirley DeJarnette, why it will rock you, rock you. We thanking Shirley for being a consistent contributor. Yes. Sister Latrice, if you keep coming back here and making comments, that's all you got to do to be a contributor. You're going to get you a jam, too. For example, Judy Floyd got a jam, too, and it goes,
oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Judy. Hey, Judy.
That's Judy's jam. Stephanie Morris has a song, too. And it goes, Stephanie.
Life has new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above. And things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie.
Your love.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. All of that is Stephanie's jam.
That's right. That's right. We got Dr. Beverly in the building.
Dr. Beverly has a logo and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Melissa Price has a song too. I can't do that show dry. Melissa Price song goes like this. Bam, 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 bam. Melissa's song. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's song. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price.
Brother Mark Greer.
Brother Mark Greer has a jam too. Mark Greer jam goes like this. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. That's Mark Greer's jam right there.
That's right. That's right. Chef Rev is in the building. That's right. Friday is date night.
Friday is date night. Whoop, whoop. Mr. George Allen, also known as Chef Rev, he's got a jam too. And it goes, why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
He puts the good food in me.
Nah. Now, today's show is titled How to Use Your Sexual Energy.
Yes, how do you use it?
And we basically have been talking about all of your energies, your creative energy. How do you use it? How do you channel it? Brother Mark Greer submits also. I see where he's going, Mark. Okay, I'm going to read it out loud in the silence. Brother Mark Greer, he says, the old man told me one time, you see two dogs banging in the street, they don't care who sees them. There's no surprise when you see the puppies later. However, you see a cat always by itself. You don't think they're doing anything? Then one day you see kittens. You don't know why they did it.
When they did it.
You don't know when they did it, but that kitty cat was getting busy. I have no idea why I added that, but it was good for my spirit. LOL. On another note, there are times when the sexual power we possess can create a tremendous amount
we're trying to read now.
Can create a tremendous amount of heat. Without going too much into too much detail, there was a time when I met this woman, there was just something that clicked. The heat was there for whatever reason. It was. Yeah, it was. Take the phone. That was Mark Greer's submission. That's a real Mark Greer submission.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I ain't trying to put no pressure on you, G, but you gotta. We know Mark Greer, man. We know our people, man. Yes, we is. I hope you're looking forward to a good weekend. Date night is a great way.
That Kundalini energy is stronger.
It's stronger. Friday night is a good night.
What is Kundalini?
Right. See, those kinds of statements right there. We may not want to feel dumb enough to ask what is Kundalini. I know you are, because you're self-confident. Oh. Only the self-confident person could ask that, because they're not going to be shook no matter however the response comes. Okay. But I don't know what that is. So I teach people not to use those kind of jargon things unless you know that you won't have time to explain it, like right there. So anyway.
Explain it. I want to know.
So you're right, Mark. Goes the rest of that's for the men's meeting, bro. Thank you. Man. We probably should talk about that in the men's meeting. We've been talking about the same topic for a couple of meetings now. We're gonna move to something else. But date night. This is Friday. I was saying Friday night's a good night for date night, and I'm hoping that you're looking forward to a good weekend.
Absolutely.
So that you can formally end this week. I have a busy day ahead of me for work-wise, and I'm looking forward to a weekend with my pretty wife. Next weekend, we're going to be traveling, because next weekend we're going to be going to Ocean City, Maryland.
For the Sisters Inspired Sisters to Advance Retreat. And there is still room. There is still room actually to participate. Only on Saturday. You can come just if you're in the area, you have family in the area, and you don't want to make the larger contribution. There is an availability now to come just for the Saturday. Or you can even stay where you are and join us virtually. A lot of people going to show up for Saturday, Saturday. Just for all day event on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday is an all-day event. Saturday is
with amazing women speakers, amazing women content contributors.
Absolutely, and we look forward to seeing you there. I'm going to go ahead and play us out with that.
Wait. We got to read the last comments.
Okay.
George and Melissa Price. Shorty says, have a great weekend, George Allen. That takes away the fun of research. Okay, that's fine. And Melissa Price, have a fabulous weekend, everyone.
Absolutely. You have a fun weekend too. And don't forget to have sex, but stay for a second. Check out this. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill, and I am inviting you to join Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance Retreat 2023, because sisters know what it means to get to. Sisters are willing to share with sisters so that together we can accomplish everything that we are intended to do. Join us. Go to barbarahsmith.com and we'll see you there. We would love to see you there. Understand you can come just virtually if you want. Just DM me. I'll get you the information, and we will see you on Monday.
I'll be there, but I will not be in the room.
Nope. Don't forget to have sex.